and we are back. Welcome to Shark Coast Tactical Podcast, episode 32. I am here with newly citizen Omar.
Ooh, the good citizen.
Close enough.
Close enough. Luke Andrews.
What up?
And the amazing Dean Carroll.
What's going on?
Omar, let me open by how proud I am of you and your accomplishment in becoming a citizen.
Thank you. For the federal government workers watching, I am not claiming to be a U.S. citizen yet. My appointment has been made for me to be sworn in, but I am not a citizen until I attend it and get sworn in. So I have passed my test to become a citizen, but I still have to be sworn in. If I claim to be a citizen before, I get deported. So only Will has said that I am. I'm not claiming to be yet, but I'm almost there.
You're almost there.
There we go. Clearing that up.
Thank
you so much.
You're close.
Omar came to us as a young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed barista from Starbucks. He came here and he asked for a job. He came in with a resume. I was sitting with the production manager, not a very happy guy, but he was very efficient. God, I will miss him. I was like, well, that was a fucking waste of time. And I said, no, he will be a good employee. Let's hire him. And they stuck you on the sandblaster, right? They stuck you and Sean on the sandblaster. Sean, who looks like either he looks like either Rosie O'Donnell's gender neutral child, or he looks like a small version of a narco. But not like a real narco. Like, he looks like a narco from the television series.
You called him Quentin because he looked like Quentin Tarantino.
Well, he did 5 years ago, but he doesn't look like that anymore. He doesn't look like that anymore. So, and they made you sandblast second shift for months, and you did it every day.
Yep.
Every day. And then one day, I racistly said, oh, I have an immigrant kid working for me. I bet he's good with the computer. No, right. I'm kidding.
That is what happened.
You mentioned, but you mentioned during the interview that you liked computers and you build computers and stuff like that. And I think I even asked because it might have been in the back of my head. And we had gotten in a fight with Silencer Shop, because their system was dog shit, and we were going to institute our own NFA paperwork, and we shanghaied you from the sandblast area and then brought you up front. And you worked for us for a couple years, and then you gravitated towards production, and then you became the operations manager. What's your title?
Operations manager.
He's operations manager for production. And what that is basically it's like a person who does shipping, person who does ordering, it's like a executive officer to the production manager. So it's like the number 2 or number 3 position over there, depending upon how you look at it. And you can't really define it too much because people get jealous.
Yeah.
Everybody gets fucking jealous. Yeah. My hand got paid more than me. It's a fucking pain in the ass. So anyway, and you've been you came from Turkey. And you wanted to be a citizen forever, but you did think that there might be sharks in America. And so your mom told you that there wasn't sharks coming out of the floor. And once you realized there really weren't, you wanted to come here. And one of the first things that you did when you came here was you went to a gun store and you rented was it a real AR-15 or was it a 22?
It was an AR-15.
It was an AR-15. You did that and you were like, this is it. And I remember you told me during your interview, you're like, I want to work in a gun shop. And of course, me dastardly, I said, "We will sandblast. You will sandblast for us." And then you started to, and then you and my kid, my stepkid Ian, he tells people famously, "Only by law am I related to you." Right? It's a really nice thing to say to your stepdad. But you guys did video a little bit here and there. And then when Eric came along, I was like, I said, you will do videos with Omar. And then Eric was like, okay. And then I remember, didn't you say, I'm doing videos with Eric? Something like that? I don't remember that part. Okay, but and then now you've been trying to become a citizen for what, 10 years?
Pretty much.
10 years since you've got here, and now it's all complete.
Most.
Right, we can't say it because that would be fraud, and that would be a reason to revoke your.
You got one step left. We'll say that.
Yeah,
One step.
I passed my final test. They scheduled an interview for me to be sworn in. They sent the letter. The letter is either with USPS or in my mailbox right now. Tonight I'll see. And all I have to do is just attend the ceremony, put my hand up, swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and abide by its laws, and I am done.
How does that make you feel?
It's going to feel amazing once it actually happens. Right now,
so it's not even there yet.
I'm an overthinker, so this whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if fucking some Fed watches Will's Instagram where you call me a citizen, and then he's like, yeah, no, this guy's denied, and I show up to get sworn in, and there's a fucking officer there waiting for me. So when it happens, it's going to feel amazing, because it is something I've been wanting my whole life. Funnily enough, I actually would have been born here if it wasn't for 9/11. Ironic, I know. The original plan was for me, my mom to...
With your dad, though?
What?
With your dad, though? Like, I thought your dad was like Turkey.
Yeah, my dad wanted Turkey, but my mom wanted to...
Come to the United States.
Come and birth me in New York. And
why New York?
I don't know. I guess that's the one city that everybody knows in Turkey.
What the fuck? Why does everybody want America, New York?
Yeah. But it was like a debate between them where my mom was like, no, he needs to be a dual citizen so that he has these opportunities. And my dad was like, no, he needs to be Turkish. I hate America, et cetera, et cetera. It was this whole thing.
Death to America.
No, not that kind.
How do you say that in Turkish, by the way?
I am not doing that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
When you get a sound bite.
Let him become a citizen first.
Yeah. But because of 9/11, my dad was able to convince my mom that it's not safe. So... hence why I had to go through all this, but I'm almost there.
Well, I mean, I'm very proud of you, and you're a pleasure to have working for us. We really enjoy your presence and what you bring to our shop, and it's really cool that you became a citizen.
Thank you.
I think it's really cool because the perspective, like people, Americans don't have the perspective of, like you were talking about last time, like the secret police of Turkey. Like Americans don't have the perspective of tyrannical government. Like we can, like there's all kinds of people saying, goddamn fucking thing. There's all kinds of people saying right now that America is this tyrannical government now, and but it's really not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really, I mean, it was more tyrannical during Biden. Like Biden, and during the Biden administration, they were locking up people for their political beliefs and for trespassing on the Capitol, whatever, and they were ruining people's lives and shutting down gun shops and censoring things. But you were part, and your family who was still there is part of like a real tyrannical government, and people don't have that perspective, and I think we forget. So it's refreshing to have that perspective here and a part of Shark Coast.
Absolutely. I mean, it is kind of funny because it's...
Why? What?
Everything that people complain about America. Let me not say everything, but most things that you'll see coming usually from the left talking about how America sucks at this thing, whether it's, oh, America's so racist, America's so sexist, America's, so anti-LGBT. Literally just the greatest nation on earth for every demographic of person. And it's so funny seeing that with that perspective, because you're seeing people literally living in the country where the demographic of people they're talking about have the best quality of life anywhere on earth, and talking about how it sucks here. It's kind of funny to, like, at first I was super pissed off about it when women would go like, oh, America's a patriarchy and women have no rights here. Our rights are being taken away, yada, yada. And I'm just, from a person from the Middle East, just... At first, I would get upset, and now it's just hilarious to me because it's like there's literally women being beheaded right now for speaking without their husband's permission, in the east side of where I come from. And you're talking about how your rights are being taken away, and women have no rights left in America because Trump is president.
Right. There's instances of women getting stoned to death in Syria right now. Right.
Instances.
It's
a daily occurrence. It's so common. It's it all ties back to. Even like,
Hold on. Sorry. Dean has requested that we don't talk about politics.
You got it.
So we can continue talking about Turkey. I don't think that's really politics, but
So
Dean has requested he doesn't want to talk about politics.
okay.
He says he signed up for
Guns only.
Guns Only podcast. This is supposed to be Guns and Fans or something. He's not.
Guns and fans. I like it.
I mean, that's not me. We can talk politics all day, but
No,
Dean
I
is-
agree. I'd rather be talking about guns. That's why I'm here.
sometimes it intertwines.
Sure.
It does. We can talk about Pam Bondi. Let's not talk about Pam Bondi. So we were supposed to have a guest tonight. We had a kid bringing pretty cool perspective. He got sick and he couldn't come. We had a guy who from the Ukraine area talking about Ukraine, of course, and we were going to have a kind of a neat perspective. And he said he has a lot of different stories on Ukraine and things that aren't talked about in the news, and that it would be cool content. So we were going to bring him, but he got sick. So we're kind of left winging it with ourselves. Luke likes to wing it by himself.
Just throwing it out there.
He likes to wing it by himself, but so we're here. So I thought we would have an episode about gun gripes, like about gun store, gun industry gripes. Maybe it might be funny, and maybe it'll be a fucking disaster.
No.
Obviously, Omar, you hate the shipping robots.
I don't think that's much of a gun thing. I think that's just
No,
I
it's
hate shipping
what you
robots.
do is you're in charge of shipping, and you have to ship firearms, which is not as easy as like shipping fucking bubble gum.
Mhm.
And you know, I think the best short Eric ever made was the fucking was the Terminator people, and the one smiling.
It's happened so many times since then.
You don't think that was the funniest thing he's ever done?
I mean, it was a little too personal for me.
It's just that the other two come back and they're looking at it. It was so funny.
It's too personal. And it's too close to home, huh?
Yeah,
I think it's the funniest fucking thing ever.
it happened the other day, and it was literally the most infuriating experience of my life.
Why I don't understand. If you get that upset about shipping, why don't you just hang up the phone and call the shipping representative and say, "Look, there's a problem. I can't handle it. We pay you a lot of money."
I called him 25 times. He didn't pick up once.
Oh, that was the UPS guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Dean, did you get free boxes from UPS? Did you tell him about Omar's tale?
I just put them in. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So UPS is a not a very good shipper in the shipping world. Like they control everything because of how powerful and how cheap they can be. But we use FedEx because of like you get an actual person as a rep, and they're kind of efficient, a little expensive, but it works better. We have found shipping was a problem for a while, and then we kind of figured it out. And Omar was forced to use UPS, and the shit got we sent something to a dealer, and we next date it. It cost $712, right? It cost $700.
Yeah.
It was $712 for us to ship something next day to get to a dealer's special event that they were having, and their ARs. And the guys are like, "Boss, it is $712. Are you sure you want to spend that?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's fine. Let's just get it there. Do what we said we would do." Okay. And then it fucking doesn't show up. And then Omar probably got a little freaked out because I messaged him. I didn't message him mean or anything else. I was like, "Hey, you know what happened over here?" And then he ended up calling the representative 25 times. And how long did you talk to the robot for?
Hour and a half I was on a single call for.
I'm sorry, man.
And I didn't get anywhere. It didn't get anywhere.
Did you try emailing the rep?
I've tried everything.
Yeah.
Did you text the rep?
The rep will not answer me no matter what.
What a fucking job, right?
Yeah, like,
Can you imagine if we didn't message people back?
but the call was a constant loop of I call, I get a robot. The robot asks for my full name, my tracking number, a bunch of other information, and I have to say it out loud. And of course, the robot misunderstands. I have to repeat it like 8 times. And then finally, he's like, "All right, I'll connect you to I asked to be connected to a person. It finally lets me. I talk to a person. That person goes, "Oh, I got to get you to the refund department," and puts me back on hold. And I get another robot, and I Robot asks me for my full name, the tracking number, etc. Give it to the robot. Robot takes me back to a person. Person says, "Oh, I got to get you to the refund department." Puts me back on call with a robot. This loop went on for a while until finally I get a human on the phone. I go, please, whatever you do, do not transfer me to another robot. I need to get to the refund department. Please, for the love of God, just get me directly to someone to the refund department. Do not put me on hold with a robot, please. And they go, sure, I'll do that right now.
Right to the robot.
So I go through it again.
Like, what a job.
And I'm begging the person. I'm like, hey, I've been on the phone for an hour now on this endless loop of constantly getting transferred to a robot and then back to a person who transferred me back to a robot. Please, for the love of God, can you please just I don't care how long I have to wait. Just get me on the phone with someone from the refund department without having to go through the robot. And they go, okay, I understand. I will do that for you, robot.
What if it was the rep that was pushing you to the robot?
Oh, my God.
He just didn't want to talk.
Oh, he's pissed off, man. I understand. I'm sorry, dude.
Because then I have to because you said you got to get our money back. And you sent me 2 separate emails. That's the reason why I thought it was such an urgent deal. You sent me one email in the morning saying, get our money back. And you sent me another one in the afternoon saying, Omar, you got to get our money back. So I call the rep doesn't pick up. I call UPS, this is happening. And the whole time in the back of my mind.
I don't think we got our money back.
No, we didn't get our money back. But this whole time I'm thinking,
UPS.
if I either go through the robot or I have to go through Will. Please.
Robot, please.
Something that works pretty well with shipping companies, if you're having problems with them, you can say, look, these are firearms. And if you don't help me find it or figure out a way I'll notify the ATF. If you say those 3 words, they freak the fuck out and get you a human.
They do.
And then the human transfers you to another robot.
No. You can tell them, you can say, look, if you transfer me to another fucking robot, I'm going to contact the ATF. And that usually works.
I'll try that next time.
Yeah, I mean, don't get mad. I used to get mad about stuff like that. I don't get mad about it anymore. But maybe it's because you have to deal with it and I don't. I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay.
So we have we deal with copying a lot. We deal with copying a lot. And I think the first instance of people copying us, like our custom guns and stuff, like we stopped working for this company out of Venice and we were working on a project jointly. We were using their guns and we did a project and we didn't like how the company's guns were, so we just told them to get lost, and we didn't like how they paid us. They're real slow at it and we had to chase them a lot to get money. And once we stopped doing the project with them, they fucking got another laser company to completely copy our design and sell the product to different distributors. And that was I think the first real big instance of it happening. This was 7 years ago. And today, so there's a company, Black Rain Ordnance. They fucking copied one of our rifles to the T.
Even the same Syracuse color.
Oh, and so you know what's funny? So did you see the other side?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so the other side is not exact. You know why?
Because they couldn't get a picture.
Because the guy couldn't get the fucking picture of it. Because he took the picture of it at one of the shows, and I shoot him away. And so one show, he came up and took a picture of it. And then I kind of ran. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, okay. And he walked away. And then another show, he came up and said, what color is that? And he's like, is that FX silver? And I'm like, I don't know. My wife calls it champagne. He's like, that's FX silver, isn't it? I said, and I try not to be mean, and I try not to be, because everybody gets mad at me when I'm mean, and my wife won't give me a happy time when I'm mean. And those motherfuckers copied it to a T. It sucks too. So so we do a Trump fight rifle, and we came out with it right when the Trump thing happened, when he got shot. I snapped the picture. I took a picture of the TV, and I sent it to my wife, and I said, here, vector this, and let's get it on guns right now. And then we had a working prototype in 3 days, and which was what, summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a relationship with this company called Chattanooga Shooting Supply, where we sell all of our Trump guns too, and gave it to them as an exclusive, sold a gazillion. And just today, like Black Right Ordinances releases their Trump gun, and it's the same fucking color, same design, same everything except the other side, because the guy couldn't get a picture of the other side.
Yeah, but it's like literally the exact same picture in the exact same spot, and then the presidential seal on the exact same spot.
The stars in the exact same spot.
Stars in the exact, like, it's not even like
they didn't try to hide it.
It's not even like copy off my homework, but change it a little. Like they didn't change it at all, 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Yeah, but
the only thing that's different about it is they didn't fucking line up the lower correctly. Like if you look at the lower where the engraving's supposed to be easy and being even and stuff, and it's all fucking jacked up. And man, I mean, like remember when you guys got all bummed out because I almost got in a fight with the Sky people, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are like, why you gotta be a dick? This is why you gotta be a dick sometimes. Do you remember that? Dean? Weren't you there?
No, I was just asked what happened. I don't remember this.
So the Sky people, like, so Sky, I don't even know if they're around anymore, but SCCY was like creeping around our booth at SHOT Show, and so there's this kind of overweight dumpy fuck, with like a ponytail or some shit, and ponytail glasses, puffy, and he's like sitting there like with a phone, on our slides, and I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? He's like, oh, I'm just doing this. I'm like, well, you can't take pictures of my product in my booth at SHOT Show. Those are the rules. Like, you are a competitor, which means that you're not allowed to come to my booth and film things. He's like, well, I'm not a competitor. We're kind of innovators. We're Sky. Yeah, that's what he fucking said.
With the greasy ponytail?
With the greasy pony. And I said, what do you do over there at Sky? He's like, well, I'm an engineer. I said, what does that mean? You're a machinist? He's like, yeah, I'm a machinist. And you draw things, don't you? He's like, yeah, I draw things. So you draw slides that you're taking pictures of right now, right? He's like, yeah, that's what I do. I said, so you are essentially trying to steal my shit. And he's like, I said, well, either way, dude, you can't fucking do it. And if you come back in my booth, and I'm going to whip your ass, which is probably not the thing to say. Or I think maybe Andrew said that. And then the guy got all huffy and puffy and left. And then the owner of Sky came by, and he was screaming at me. He's like, Will, why are you going to be that way? We're friends. and I said to him, I said, because you're fucking trying to steal our IP, dude. He's like, we're innovators. I don't do this. And I had, what he didn't know is I had an email that someone forwarded to me that probably they didn't mean to do. And below it, the person said, hey, can you spec out this slide, and give me a price for it? Mm-hmm. And so the guy was trying to compete with our stuff, and he was taking pictures of our stuff. But it goes to like, and I remember like, and it got kind of spicy because his people were there, and then Andrew, our skinny Andrew, like, so we have a really skinny kid who is a salesman named Andrew, and he will get fucking spicy at the drop of a hat. Like he will fight. And Sky came over with their production manager or something, and the production manager was like, look, if we steal anything from you, it's going to, and you have permission to hit me. And Andrew's like, I don't need permission to whip your ass, dude.
Oh shit. Nice.
And this was right next to, and then like Dead Air was right there watching it, and they're all kind of fucking hiding in the corner. It was bad. But so this is what I'm saying. Like people, it gets fucking, like you think that everybody would just be cool, and no, they'll fucking rip you off. I mean, I understand we don't have intellectual rights to the photo of Trump or the instance of it happening, but it's just really fucking gay, not in a homosexual way, to fucking steal someone's design. It's just, I mean, it's not gay like homosexual, like you're gay, but like gay. You know what I'm saying? Like the old adjective. It's not fucking cool to take someone's design and copy it. Because that AR that we do, the Fight AR, is an exclusive to Chattanooga Shooting Supply. We will only sell it to them. We won't sell it to any other distributor but them. And now Sky is going to take our design and fucking shop it to every other distributor that we told no.
Black Rain.
Oh yeah, Black Rain. Whatever the fuck.
Also, did you just call Andrew really skinny?
Yeah, he's skinny. Is he not skinny?
No.
Andrew Leak is not skinny guy?
Andrew Leak is very in shape. Like,
Well, no, but I mean, I understand he's in shape. He works out every day, but he's not 250. He's probably 175.
I might be lean. I wouldn't call him very skinny. I'd call me very skinny.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little difference in I'm sorry. So you're right. Well, I mean, everybody is kind of skinny to me because I'm fat.
Fair enough.
Right? When you grow up being a fat kid, everybody is really skinny. All right. That's my gun gripe of the day. I have a bunch of them. Like, we got fucked by Trigicon today. We got fucked by ATI today. We got fucked by Black Rain Ordnance today. It was a whole lot of ass slamming.
What did Trigicon do?
So, like a couple of years ago, like during COVID, the first round of COVID, we became direct with Trigicon, and it was it was back when ACOGs were kind of cool. So we ordered.
Still are.
They still are, absolutely. And we ordered a year supply of ACOGs that were supposed to come once every couple months. And so for the first year, we had them come in, and they sent us like 4 or 5 every month, and we ordered like all their SKUs and sold them and did really well. The second year that we did it, they sent us $300,000 worth of ACOGs within 3 months, maybe 2 months. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like $300,000. It was like one shipment of 100, one shipment of 90, one shipment of within like a couple months. And it took us a good 3 years to get rid of them. And we sold all of them. I mean, like below cost. We lost our asses because we couldn't move them. And so we kind of stopped being friends with Trigicon. And then they fired like our rep and and then they approached us and said, "Hey, can you be our friend again?" And we're like, we're not really into Trigicon anymore. Like, well, we can buy your stuff from distribution, but we don't really sell a lot of ACOGs anymore. And you guys really fucked us. And so they were like, no, let's just be friends. And so this dude became the rep, and I gave the guy a chance. And then like one day, like he scheduled an event with us, and he didn't show up. Yeah, like it was like, so I call the guy at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, "Hey man, where the fuck are you?" And he's like, "Well, I'm in Alligator Alley," because the guy lives in Miami. Mm-hmm. I'm like, "What are you doing in Alligator Alley?" And he's like, "I'm driving to your event. It starts at 4 or 3 or 5. And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What event starts at 3 or 4? He's like, "Well, your event. That's what you told me." I said, "Dude, I never told you we start at 3. That wouldn't come out of my mouth." And then he insisted, and he got kind of ornery. Like he got kind of like violent. Like, like, you know how like someone's like, "I'm going to kick you." He got kind of like that. And I was like, "All right, dude, forget it." You're like, once he got like disrespectful, I just said, "You're not welcome in my store anymore. You can turn right around and cancel all my stuff." And he's like, "Okay." So some stuff came after the event in spite of that. And then the hurricane happened. And when the hurricane happened, and we were out of work for like a week and a half, I again contacted every vendor, like cancel all of our stuff. And about a month ago, they sent $11,000 worth of stuff. 12,000, like 11,400. What was it? What was it, Luke?
Yeah, something like that.
Like $11,400 worth of sites.
Yep.
And I haven't talked to the rep in a year and a half. Haven't talked to him in a year and a half. And then, and even so much that I went to Trigicon at an event and got to their manager and said, "Hey, look, your rep fucking sucks donkey cock, and we don't like him. We don't want him in our store, and I want you to cancel all of my stuff. Like, cancel it. I'll buy your stuff from distribution because I have to. And if you want to, have a better relationship, get a better rep, or rehire the guy you fired." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll talk to you about this." I never heard a word from them. Never heard a word from them today either. Once I emailed them, say, "Hey, man, you got them."
Oh, really?
Not even a word. But they sent call tags to Chris, and so I guess they'll do it. And then not only did they send us 11,400, 11,500, but yesterday, fucking $18,000 worth of optics showed up yesterday that we never ordered. And so the thing that's how that slams you is that goes, like, I've got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have to pay for like through the buy group where we buy, like, I've got to shell out that fucking money, and then eventually they'll give me a credit. right? But still, I've got to come up with that $18,000 and the $11,000 over here. It's a pain in the fucking ass, and that is typical of the gun industry, which is why I wanted to talk about gun grapes.
Just sending shit.
Just sending shit.
Man.
And then we had another company, like company ATI. You know the fucking ATI rifles?
American. Very American.
So I mean, so we know the people who are ATI. We know them, and we have a good relationship with them. I know the guys, and we like always buy some of their stuff, and it's cheap stuff. But like, there's a segment of our market that wants cheap ARs, so we buy theirs, and we could easily go to one of our other partners and say, hey, I can get this much money, match it, right? I could go to Andrew and say, hey, I need an AR at this price, and they'd be like, I'll fucking do it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would fucking do it. Like if you went to Andrew, or I bet even Black Rain Ordnance, or any one of the fucking million AR companies, you would say, hey, can you match this price? And I'll buy 100 of them, and they'll do it. And so since we're having that fucking no sales tax thing, you know, this no sales tax thing in June.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, can you send me 50 rifles in May? And we'll do a promotion with the Mike Calta show, and we'll do something with them. And they're like, okay, cool. They send us 75 rifles on Monday. And then they sent us, before that, they sent us like fucking 30. Like, so they doubled up the order. Like they doubled it up. Like first they sent out 30 rifles, and then another 30, and then 75, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Like they sent 20, 10, 20, 10, and then 75.
Yep.
Right? So they doubled the order. And then they sent all the stuff from May yesterday. And then so again, that's like fucking what? Like fucking 40 grand? And that
doubled it without you asking.
Doubled it without us asking, sent it anyway, and then sent all the shit from May on Monday. And I didn't know about it. Like the truck guy came on Monday and said, hey, we've got, you know, a pallet of rifles. And I'm like, all right, we'll put them over there. And then I got the bill yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it was 25 grand.
They charged us for shipping too.
And they charged.
Had to pay it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just getting ass slammed.
That's never fun.
No.
Hold on. Did you fry her rep recently?
No, I fired the rep today for it.
Okay. Yeah.
I fired him.
Yeah.
Like I fired that rep because and the rep blamed it on the company, and then the company said, oh yeah, it's our fault. It's not the rep's fault. But to me, like, if you're my rep, it's your responsibility to have our shit tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if
our connection to that company.
It's our connection to the company. Like I even said to him, I'm like, look, don't fucking send me all these guns. I'm booking these out. Don't send them to me, and don't send them to me twice. Don't pull this shit, because they've done it before. Like when the hurricane happened. Like so when the hurricane happened, like when it started going down, I canceled like all of our orders that we had out because I knew we were going to be closed for I didn't know how long.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we could be able to pay our bills. And I was like, okay, let's just cancel everything. I'm thinking about how am I going to fucking pay everybody? Oh my God, my life is over. And companies just kept sending shit. Like they didn't give a shit. Like immediately when they knew they could ship stuff, they slammed us. And they're like, I am sorry, you have to pay. I don't know where you get the money, but you have to pay. So I got real. I didn't call the guy up and yell at him, but I did call him up and say, you are no longer required as a representative of your company.
Mm-hmm.
We will no longer need your services.
Do you think them sending stuff to shops, do you think that flies at, like, I don't know, like, wouldn't that not fly at other people's shops too? Or what do you?
I think what happens is, like, so imagine like Shoot Straight.
Right. Yeah.
Like how big Shoot Straight is. And imagine those guys are just processing hundreds and hundreds of guns coming in, and Khalid probably doesn't look at everything, and maybe whoever does his books doesn't look at everything. They think that, okay, yeah, just write a check. Right. Like every morning I get all the bills that I get an email with everything that came in from the buy group, and I check on them. And I'm just like, Jesus fuck. And it's not like other people don't do it too. Like Dead Air's bad at it as well. Like they're kind of fucking, like they sent us like $100,000 worth of suppressors in 2 days. They were supposed to send them over the year, and they fucking just ass slammed us with $200K worth of suppressors.
Dang.
But you make such a good profit on them. You're like, okay. You're like, all right, that's fine. You know, it's kind of, you know.
Hey, I can make it work, right?
I can make it work.
Nate, put it on the board. Event day.
But I can make it work. But I didn't. But I mean, I did like. But Dead Air doesn't give you like they don't give you any pretense, and like you. I didn't say to Dead Air, do not send me these things. I probably should have. You know, but I thought like, so it was, you know, but I specifically told the dude, hey, I need this time.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
It's not fucking cool.
Oh, and then I had a crazy person about, maybe he wasn't crazy, but like some guy tried to get a job with me, and he was from Tampa. And then I said, dude, no, we don't hire people from Tampa. It's too far. Like you'll work here for maybe 6 months and then you'll quit because you're not going to drive an hour and a half. Only the person who does that is Dean. And it's because Dean likes driving. But I mean, you're the only person who drives far.
Yeah.
Out of the whole company is 62 people. You're the only guy. And then, so it's just not something we do. Like we have invested time into production people, and then they dip after, like we had James. That was the real thing that sucked. James left. And James was really good. And he's like, why are you leaving? Oh, because it's too far. You know, and so I told the guy that. I'm like, look, it's just too far, man. We're gonna pass on your offer. Thank you. He got fucking mad and he starts fucking blowing up my phone and sending me fucking videos of his guns that he worked on.
Stalking, huh?
I don't know if he was stalking, but man, I mean, it made me, yeah. Yes, that's the day in the life of, felt like a Monday, bro.
Ooh.
Omar, what did you think of the JK Armament cans? Tell us what happened.
I like the CCX, the little tiny one.
No, so JK Armament was here, and they took you and Eric shooting.
Yeah, it's cool.
What was it like?
They're cans.
Come on now.
Were they good?
Yeah, I like the CCX. I like the little tiny 9mm one. The other cans are, I mean.
Do you think that you might have Q goggles so bad that nothing other can will
goggles. I like that term.
It has nothing to do with Q. It's just, you know, the cans that are versions of what every other company, like their 5.56 can or their 30 cal can or their 36 cal can, like none of those really interested me.
Why?
Because there's other people who make ones that are either better, quieter, or more reputable for the same amount of money. Like if it had anything unique going for it, like
you didn't think that the modularity of it was unique? The modularity of the JK Armament can is kind of unique.
Cool. I mean, yeah,
it is though. It is.
I mean, they're. I don't want to talk shit about him because the rep is really nice.
He was a very nice guy.
Very, very kind. Rodney, yeah. Rodney is very cool.
What did Luke call Rodney?
Big Rod.
Big Rod. Did you call him Big Rod to his face?
No, I didn't.
You're such a homosexual.
It was funny.
Did you call him Big Rod to his face, Omar?
No. I like the unique stuff they make. Like they make a 12 gauge can, which there's only 3 of them I know of. The Hux makes one, Soundcirco makes a salvo, and they're the 3rd one that I know. So the 12 gauge can is cool. It's something else that doesn't exist on the market. And then the CCX is like one of a kind. But like I said, they're cans that there's competitors for. If they were significantly cheaper than the competitors, that'd be one thing. If they did something cool that the other ones didn't, that'd be another thing. Their general cans aren't super exciting to me. It just.
What about you? You didn't. Either of you go. Like neither of you went.
No, I didn't go.
Yeah. So remember, I like. Apparently, I was so mean to them at SHOT Show we talked about last time that Luke had to send a fruit cake, a coffee cake to them, and wrote in the note, "Sorry for being an asshole, Will." And I actually like their cans. I did. I mean, I really liked. So they're not that expensive. Like I think like you're missing like their cans are cheaper than everything else on the market.
Everything else on the market.
They are.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I always
cheaper
thought.
For you
they were
or
cheaper.
cheaper for the consumer?
Cheaper for the consumer. Like so they're like their price is competitive and cheaper than any, like their 30 cal can is cheaper, the 5.56, all their cans are cheaper. So I like that. because of, you can pass the savings along to the consumer. I really like I like the modularity of them. Like you can configure them however you want in module cans. You can't do that. Like for instance, the Odessa from Dead Air, the Erector, the Mod X9, like they're all kind of complicated to put together, or not maybe for you, but for me they are.
They're all the same.
Not really for. I can go and take apart their cans and play with them and put them back together however I want, and actually it works. I can't do that with the Mod X can. I need Nate to help me. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I haven't worked as a fucking gunsmith for 2 years in a shop. Okay, you have, right? You've essentially fucking worked on guns for 2 years here.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, right?
Nowhere near a gunsmith, though. One thing that's funny is when I was at SHOT Show, I had 3 different people from 3 different suppressor companies independently. I'd ask them, like, hey, which companies do you like? Which companies do you not like? Who do you get along with? Who do you not? And all 3 of the people, who will definitely remain unnamed, but they were all like, dude, it's all kumbaya. We're all in it together.
We're all in it together.
Us suppressor companies, we don't beef like that. You know, we all have the shared goal of
It's such a fucking lie.
To the popular market.
It's such a fucking lie.
All of them went on this whole like almost rehearsed exact speech, and then went, except for JK, those guys are assholes.
Really?
Really?
Really? No, I think they're nice to us.
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody that I've interacted with has been super kind. I just thought that was pretty funny.
So for the when I went out there and shot, like I went out, I didn't shoot as long as you guys were, but I went and shot specific things. Like I wanted to try their 30 cal, their 5.56, and use the Q system with it, and it worked fine. I liked how you could sit, bam, and shoot on a cherry bomb, and it worked fine. Was it as good as a Q can? No. But it's less expensive and different, and you can't use the modularity of the JK can versus the Q can. But it was neat, and it did shoot well. The what it's called, the CX9?
CCX.
The CCX is a cool little, like there's nothing else like it. It's cool. It's very inexpensive, and it worked. It was amazing. Like it fucking worked well.
Is that a 22 can?
No, it's this little 9mm can that doesn't need a fucking booster.
Yeah.
Like you just fucking put it on and shoot away. It works perfectly. It works perfectly for 43X, 365, any of the really small cans. And then their shotgun can worked well too. Like I thought, and now I've got one on my shotgun.
So Omar, I talked to you maybe on Monday about it. You said you really like the CCX, considered carrying one.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about carrying a suppressor on your carry gun? Like in your pants?
I think it's stupid, but
Really?
My whole thing is like my carry gun is like an oxymoron. It's a 43X, which is supposed to be one of the smallest carry guns out there, and I've got a dot magwell light with a gas pedal on it. Like I've basically built up this tiny gun to be not that tiny anymore.
It's not tiny.
So I thought it'd be fucking hilarious if I just also carried it with a can. But no, day to day regular. I mean, I there's definitely a point to it, which is you don't blow your eardrums out, but you have to train for that a lot. Train for this different draw. That was one thing that when I first went out and tried drawing.
Did you burn your cock?
Yeah, you would never be able to
You
reholster
did.
that.
Yes, I did.
What?
He reholstered the hot suppressor and it burned the Omar jewels.
Eric's got videos of me screaming like a baby.
Oh,
Really?
man.
Why don't we have that as a short? Okay, cool.
But yeah, the concept behind it is cool. Is that in an emergency situation, it's not meant to be hearing safe. It's just meant to be you don't blow your eardrums out when you pull the trigger, which I understand. But there's too many downsides to it. Which is one, you can't reholster it. 2, you have to train to draw it way high first before presenting because you got to clear the suppressor out of the way first. It's not very practical, but I do think it's hilarious and very cool.
Okay.
I mean, they could make a holster for it though. If
They
you made
did.
a holster that like was like a condom for it, and it just went in there, it wouldn't
All the way down your leg.
What are we doing with the heat? The heat's the problem.
I mean,
It could be a Teflon condom. Teflon suppressor condom.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll let you guys test that one out.
Yeah, he was doing it, and I was like, "You're gonna burn your cock." He's like, "Aye,
That's a pretty good impression.
aye," dancing around.
No, I thought it was so cool. Just fucking try
Yeah, that wasn't very bright. I think though. So, but from a practical standpoint, like I was thinking, I want to buy like a TX22, like the small one, and have that small can on it, and then have like a designated small 22, kind of silent handgun or truck gun kind of thing, or something that you use of the barn. Like I thought there'd be a real use for a little small 22 can on a little small 22 that works. I think the same thing with a 9mm, like that 9mm can on your house gun, but I think it's a good, it's good and very inexpensive, and I liked it. I like their stuff now. I didn't before, but I do now. I understand it now. But I really like, I get really hung up on like the modularity of cans, and I get hung up on the mounting system. Like anything that can be mounted really fucking easily, and you just take different things, it makes my heart warm.
Yeah, but you used it on a Q mount.
I know.
The guy brought out ASRs.
Be nice. Be nice.
Sorry, Silencer Co. I love your product. I fucking hate your mounting system. Fuck
I think they do too. Like even lately, like they're not coming out with they're not on there. Like the Scythe doesn't have the ASR on it.
Thank God.
Like it's hub. It gives you the ability to put what you want on it.
I always thought was like the biggest downside for me with suppressors, mounting them to the guns and the whole world of different mounts, and you need this, I need to change that. That was always a turnoff for me, because it seems like a difficult thing every time I try to.
We had these chicks called us up today and wanted to return like 3 suppressors because they didn't want to mount them on their gun.
Did you let them know that that's like a year-long process?
No. I just told them no.
Good.
How do you do your customer service?
Me?
Yeah. How is it like even fucking? Is that like a superpower you have?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like I generally think you're like, I don't know how the fuck you write those emails or how the fuck you talk to people the way you do, but like, I mean, I'm even like answering the phone now more, so Andrew doesn't answer the phone. So I just start, and I try to be as nice as possible, but it's like you have like a superpower when it comes to writing people emails and solving their problems. It's like, I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
I'm a people person. I like helping people.
I like helping people too, but I don't have a superpower.
Well, I mean, this is going to be tooting my own horn, but I would consider myself more patient. I don't get
until the robot comes.
Until the robot comes. Yeah, none of
say it. You were going to say, I am more patient than you. No. You were going to say it.
I was just going to say,
that's what you fucking meant.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
That's what you fucking meant, dude. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but you are an impatient fuckstick, boss. You are a dick. I am not. I am a people person.
I wasn't comparing myself to you.
We all heard it. It's okay.
That's what he meant. It wasn't Luke.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's okay.
I think it was.
I have I understand being in a position where you don't. That was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, explain. I would like to tap into this superpower you have.
I've been in many situations where I didn't know, and to this day, there are a lot of topics where I don't know anything about, and I would like help without people. I think the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is just because they spent a lot of time understanding a subject, they think that everyone should know it. And that was like some of the older salesmen that no longer works for us, that upset me all the time, where I'd be in the store and somebody would have a genuine question that like you wouldn't know if you didn't research it or look it up. They would just ask a question and the people would get mad and start like getting an attitude with them because in their minds it was a stupid question. And I've just never had that. I think that's the closest thing to a superpower is I understand if you don't know something and I want to be able to teach you in an easy way. I don't get upset that you had the audacity to ask something that you didn't know the answer to.
I don't get upset when people are, it's just you have the, you pump out these fucking emails to people because Omar, like with customer service issues, I've requested that everybody, if they get into a customer service issue with our company, that please tag me, like CC me in the email so I know exactly what's being said to customers and if I can jump in and fix the problem. And it's I'm like, he's a fucking superhero. I don't know how he does it. Like, how do you like and you fix the problem? Jesus.
I am very happy. I get an email once a day saying exceptional customer service. I'll be
Nice.
spreading the word, or I'll be, leaving you a review, or I'll be, telling my friends to buy your stuff and all that. It makes me happy.
Those emails always make you feel good when you see those. Yeah.
I was these people just wanted to return the suppressors because they couldn't mount, like they're like, we can't mount the primal on a 45.
Yes, you can.
Or I know you can. I know you can. God damn it! I know suppressors, but
Omar,
so they were like, you can't mount a trilug to a primal, and we can't do it, and we'd like to return the suppressors. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then I asked, I digged on them, and they're like, well, we want the one that's coming out from B&T. It's better. And so really, they just didn't want to. They wanted a better suppressor because the B&T people told them that their B&T one was better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What you were saying?
Oh, I was just going to say your superpower, the next thing you got to master is being that nice, but telling people bad news.
Yeah.
That's what I used to have to do for my old job, and it sucked.
Yeah. It's a lot easier when
Nobody,
you know,
give them, you don't have to crush their heart.
yeah, nobody wants to do bad news. Yeah, bad news goes right to me. I get all the bad news. It sucks.
You know what a lot of other thing it is? It's the Starbucks training.
Oh, it's the Starbucks training.
It's Starbucks. Their number one thing is they don't give a shit about how well you make the coffee. They care about how you make the customer feel. That's the first thing they hammer into you, and that's the thing they repeatedly hammer into you is making the customer happy. That's all they care about.
I can honestly say that's not the feeling I get from Starbucks. I don't go there, but when I did go there, I didn't really feel that way. Because I went there a lot. Like when I first stopped drinking, I went to Starbucks all the fucking time because that's where everybody went. You know, and you would like hope to find a friend who didn't fucking get hammered.
Yeah,
And
quick tip that their number one, your instructions as a barista is you do whatever you need to make sure that customer leaves happy. That's the only thing they care about.
So if I go in there, you know, the last time I was in a Starbucks, it was during the drive from San Francisco to Reno, and we were in a California one, and there was all this shit that you could just take. And I looked at Andrew, I'm like, we can just steal everything and they can't do anything. We probably could have done it, right?
Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend that worked at a Starbucks in Portland, and she would tell me like, oh yeah, once a day, this homeless guy comes in and just starts breaking stuff. We stopped calling the cops because they don't show up. They never do. So we just stopped calling him. We just let him like kind of crash out and get it out of his system. And then usually he'll walk away without harassing too many people. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, oh yeah, that's just pretty normal up here. I'm like, why? And she's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, kick the guy out? I'm like, yes! Hello?
That's my favorite video on the internet right now. It's older, but it's like, that's my favorite video. Like it popped up the other day of the, how do you say it? The Sikh? What's the religious Sikhs, yeah, the Sikh guy just beating the dude shoplifting from his store with a fucking stick. And the great part, like if you watch the whole video, like the part goes like this guy, a very large man, is yelling things like, you know, he's like, get away, bitch, you know, and just he's like, you don't want none of this, and he just steals stuff. The guy, and you hear the guy in the background yelling, why are you stealing? Why? And he's like, shut up, bitch, I'm doing whatever. And then he just comes by and starts beating it with the stick.
Yeah.
And the guy,
I saw a video of someone getting beat with a stick. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, the guy was stealing. Yeah, because like you only saw like the first time the video came out, it was just like the Sikh guy beating the other guy with the stick and somebody holding him down. And what you don't see is like a couple minutes prior, the guy is just like ransacking. He's back behind the counter, ransacking his cigarettes, just taking everything.
He has like a garbage can.
He has a garbage can.
Yeah.
And he's like, shut up, bitch. He's like, why are you taking my stuff? He's like, shut up, bitch. Get away. You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. And he just...
The guy recording is going, man, there's nothing you can do. You just got to let him do it. There's nothing you can do.
That was the word
you can do. And then one of them grabs him and he just starts beating him and he's like, oh yeah, that's something you can do. Also, I don't think that guy was Sikh.
Oh no, he was.
Okay.
No, there was definitely like it looked exactly like that thing they wear on the head. Do you know what it's called?
Turban?
It's not. It's a Sikh thing, so it's not a turban. Or is it a turban?
No, it's a turban.
I don't know. I don't want to be.
It is. I'm telling you.
I want to.
Luke's got the end.
I know all the Sikhs.
You grew up with them in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
A couple of them.
They were right next to your Jewish friends, and because you grew up with a lot of black kids and a lot of Jewish kids. Right?
I did. I could call them right now.
You grew up with black kids, Jewish kids,
black
Sikh kids.
Yep. Yes.
And you worship the bear.
Yeah. We all did together.
Yeah.
Was there some Asian, Japanese, or something?
Oh yeah, there's everybody. Iraqis, Chaldeans.
Any Turks?
No Turks though.
Later,
I think you're the first
Omar.
Turk I really met.
Yeah, that's a big honor. I got to represent.
You gotta represent Turkey.
Fuck it. No, I'm an American.
What do you get like? So you and Eric are doing videos a lot lately of different suppressors, and something cool like B&T sending us free. They're sending you free a suppressor, but they're sending us free all of their suppressors. We have to send them back after a month.
Okay.
But they're sending us B&T sending us every suppressor they have allegedly. Or they ask me, they're like, what? They're like, which ones do you want? I'm like, I want every one of them. You know, I want, if you want to sell me the suppressor, send it to me. And so we can know what it is, know what it does. And, but so now you have shot Hux, Dead Air, JK, Q, and done videos. And since we have Dead Air weekend on Saturday, what do you think of the Dead Air cans?
I love Dead Air. It's one of my favorite companies. Customer service and rep wise, my favorite by far. I think their cans are great. I think they have something for everyone. Personally, aesthetically, I think they're the best looking cans on the market. As soon as I first saw them, before I knew anything about them, I really liked them just because of the branding, how sleek the cans look. The chemo is so fucking cool. Nowadays, I prefer the Xeno, but
yeah, I hated the chemo when it came out.
I fucking love the chemo. It's so cool. I would personally get it, but
do you know how revolutionary the chemo was? Like, because at the time the biggest thing was the fucking ASR, and then when they came out with the chemo, it was like, oh my god, what did you do? And then they were explaining it to me like, yeah, you just machine this thing like this, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, no, Dead Air is phenomenal. Dead Air is like, they have so many cans now that there's, depending on what somebody can come up to me at a counter and no matter what they tell me they're looking for, Dead Air has a can that fits their exact description. And they have several options of basically the same can, just for different, like the Sandman versus Nomad is a great example. Like they're both 30 cal cans, and not a lot of other companies would just make two 30 cal cans that, are almost the same thing, but one's quieter and lighter, one's more durable. Mm-hmm. You can really connect with a customer and figure out exactly what they prioritize in their weapon, and then get them a Dead Air can that matches that perfectly. But the Nomad is probably one of my favorite cans of all time. It's one of the quietest and best sounding 30 cal cans out there.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Nomad is great. Their 9mm cans, there's a lot of variety in. There's the Mojave, which is just phenomenal. There's the Wolfman, if you just want to dedicate it to a subgun and you just want a big fat can that's quiet on there. They've got the Odessa, if you want it to be small, like the JK one. It's modular. Each baffle can be taken out.
It is difficult to do though for me because I'm borderline special needs.
They have tools and instructions in the box.
I don't do instructions.
You don't say.
I don't do instructions.
You just gotta figure it out. Get your hands on there. Get in.
And Dean, you have the mask, right?
Oh, I love my mask.
And you bought the mask in spite of me talking about the Hux work.
Yes.
What do you think of it? You shot it, right?
My first shots through it. I had it at the range, and I shot And I thought the gun didn't go off. Honestly, I thought the gun didn't go off when I had a malfunction. And so I checked the bolt. I thought it might have
because
jammed.
you're using subsonic.
No, it wasn't even subsonic ammo for this one. And
Oh.
it came out that quiet. That's why I was in like disbelief.
Oh, because it was bolt gun.
No, this was a Ruger 1022. My upgraded one.
That quiet.
It was that quiet. And then people were coming over and thought I was shooting a BB gun. It was so quiet. It's the quietest 22 can out of my 3 I have.
And Luke, you just have
Saker 556K.
if you could have a dead air, if you could have any dead air can, what would you have?
Well, I got 2. The Wolverine, because I'm an AK guy. I need one for my AK.
Yeah, but would you shoot it though?
Yeah, I'd shoot it. Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
He won't shoot
When do you, no, you won't. Like when do you go
Yes, I
shoot?
will.
You
What?
don't fucking that monstrosity that you have.
What, my
It's not. It's
my
actually,
Draco?
It's actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I have a SBR Draco with a dong, and it does need a suppressor. It's way too loud. That, or I did talk on a podcast we did with Mike Pappas at SHOT Show. He told me to get a Wolverine for his, or not a Wolverine, a Wolfman for my Tech 9. So I might get one of those too.
Which one would you shoot more?
Oh, definitely the
AK.
Wolverine. Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Dead Air does have.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you because you're such a Luke. Like you were like a backbone of our company. You do so much
Thank
for
you.
it. I will give you a Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can. I mean, I'll try to work out something with Dead Air this weekend, but you can have a Wolverine.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Will.
But you've got to like. I mean, because it's partly because I fucking can't believe you just have a fucking Saker K556. How is that the only can you fucking have? You've been here for how many years? 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
I feel, you know what? I feel it's my fault. It's my fault that I have, like, either I don't pay you enough to where you can buy a better can. Or that's what I feel like, God damn it, do I pay him so bad he can't buy another can? Or like, you'd think, like, I mean, I'm just, so you can have a Wolverine if that's, but I'm worried you're not going to shoot it.
I will shoot it.
How?
What do you mean? I'll put it on my gun. I'll go to the range. I'll shoot it.
Like when?
On the weekends, on Sunday?
I wouldn't it be better if you get like a Nomad or a Sandman X or a regular Sandman or a Sierra or a Lazarus? Because you would use those more often on your guns that are more practical to shoot. Or do you just you really like your fucking Draco, don't you?
I do. I just
It
you
needs
really
to be
fucking
complete.
like it. It needs to. I need to complete it. You know.
Well, and you have Omar. You have the Wolfman, right?
I have a Wolfman, yeah.
That's on. Why'd you buy that? Like, what 9mm do you have?
Eventually, I'm going to make an MP5 SD-ish, not integrally suppressed, but using a Wolfman.
What did you? So you bought the Wolfman, not from here. But what did you buy it to put it on if you don't have a 9mm?
On my 21st birthday, I bought it. And
Or like why?
so that I could build the MP5 SD. And then, because the whole thing was, I always wanted the MP5 SD look, but I didn't want to go through the process of getting the integrally suppressed one. So I found this one guy on the internet, Bryce, HK Bryce, who makes a 3D printed shroud for MP5s to where you can make it look like an MP5 SD. So I already had that in mind. I was going to buy the can. When it came back, I was going to buy the MP5 or Century AP5 probably, because Turkey, and do the shroud and make that clone. But then I reached out to HK Bryce, and he told me that his current model doesn't fit the Wolfman properly. So I was talking to him, and then this random guy that makes this one product was just like, by the way, are you Turkish? Because I'm Turkish, and that's really cool. And it became a whole thing, but basically that ended up being postponed until he worked out the Wolfman model, and then he comes out with the Wolfman model at the same time that Century announces the actual MP5 SD clone. So now I'm waiting for that to come out so I can buy it so I can put the Wolfman on.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should contact Century. Oh no, we should, because I know them. Like I know Josh over there pretty well, and we should contact them and try to get like a demo model
Fuck yeah, that'd be cool.
and shoot videos with it.
Oh yeah, that's
They're not far. They're only. I bet we could probably get them to come over or something. Maybe I could work on it.
that'd be awesome.
So you don't have to pay, because it's a lot of money. It's they're I think they're like what MSRP is it?
It's like $1,500. It's not the worst.
No, it's like I think it's like $1,600 dealer's cost.
No.
Yeah.
The Sentry?
Yeah, it's not cheap. I saw the invoice.
You bought some?
Yeah, about 10. Are you going to Jamie it? While Omar is Jaming it, I did want to show something for show and tell. This is the Shark Coast Tactical magazine loader. We had a guy come in, very nice guy. I don't remember his name. I think his name was Mike Lee, maybe. And he 3D printed our very own magazine loader. And even if you don't shoot, I would recommend buying some ammo and loading it with this thing because it is the most stress reducing activity one can do. Did you see these?
No.
Yeah, this guy made them for us.
Cool. 1,600 MSRP, 1335 on Atlantic Firearms right now. By the way,
are they out?
Yeah. So if you got an invoice for $1,600 dealer cost, I would sue whoever the fuck sent you that invoice.
Maybe I'm having a negative reality inversion.
Cool.
Have you tried this speed loader?
Yeah.
I was playing with it when it was on the counter the other day.
Oh, it works. It makes you feel so happy.
I seen it.
Wait, I also own a Dead Air mask
Try it
as well. And
what did you think about? So, did you think the mask was just far superior to the JK-22 cans? And you can be completely. It's okay.
I mean, I don't know about far superior, but I really like the mask. I have a Cure Rector 22 and I have a Mask 22, and I think I would take both of those over the JK.
So, do you think the mask is quieter?
I personally thought so. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell when you're that quiet, but yeah, the mask is.
Yeah, it is. It is quieter.
It's something else.
Yeah, that mask is really quiet.
Yeah,
I love that.
And then I also sold my best friend 3 Dead Air cans and all that. Like I like Dead Air a lot. I like them a lot.
So who has the biggest line of suppressor? Is it Dead Air?
No, it's probably Silencer Co.
Okay.
I'd have to assume it's probably Silencer Co.
No, I would say B&T has more than anybody.
Yeah,
they've been making cans since the 50s.
Of all time, maybe, but of the ones they have for sale out right now.
Yeah. Do you know they're changing their boxes?
Finally. Jesus Christ. It's just a white cardboard box.
I called him up the other day, like, because I got because I was like, I need to get the B&T can. Like, I want to hit him up and have you guys shoot videos with him. And like, I was like, by the way, guys, what the fuck is going on with your boxes? It's such a pain in the ass. And the CEO was like, well, Will, thank you for the criticism, by the way. And just so you know, there's a prototype of a new box sitting right in front of me that we're launching. And I'm like, what? And what about the names?
Yeah, that was
the fucking names.
They are doing better on those too.
Like, what about the fucking names? Like, what? Like, you know what really works? Mask, Wolfman. You've got CX59924.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they always have an internal name for them, but then they sell them under the model, like the part number.
Yeah, and they're like, we're working on that too. Well,
yeah, the new cans are just called the Print X or the Print XH, so they are taking that advice too.
Yeah, I've got their new TP9 can.
That's cool.
Yeah, we should probably take that out.
Yeah,
and shoot it a bit.
Can I shout out B&T real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. 2 days ago, I'm on my computer. I'm answering emails, all that, and then I get an email from Chris from B&T, and he's like, "Hey, Omar, I just saw Will's video on his Instagram. I wanted to congratulate you for becoming a citizen by sending you a free can of your choice." And he sent me a little list of all the cans they have, and he said, "Pick one, and I will send it to you," which was fucking phenomenal. Like, that's so cool. I didn't know what to say. So I got the new Print XH can. He sent it over, and I'm very excited for that.
Which one's that?
So it's their new rifle cans that I did a video on at SHOT Show. They what's really cool about them is they have an Inconel blast cap. They have an Inconel blast baffle and a stainless steel end cap, and the rest of it is titanium, which is really cool because I currently use a Jumbo Shrimp, which is an all titanium can, and I love everything about it. I love how light it is. I love how well put together it is, how fast it cools down, all of that. But it does spark. All titanium cans spark, especially at night, and this is supposed to be my night rifle. It's a big flash that comes out of it. What they did is they made the blast baffle out of Inconel, which is heavy but doesn't produce any flash. and then the rest of the can from titanium. So it's only like 7 ounces, but it doesn't produce any sparks, and it's on paper fucking perfect, exactly what I was looking for.
I want one.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna test that out as soon as I get it. Maybe we'll make a video on it. I'm very excited for it. I think that's really cool. B&T's like insane at innovating because they just came out with a Print X last year, which was their all titanium one, and then this year they came out with a Print XH, which basically, outdates their previous scan from a year ago, and then next year they'll have something else that outdates.
I don't
this
like
one.
that either.
They're constantly innovating, though. I love it. They're one of the few companies, because I was listening to why it works like that, and it's because they have both the U.S. engineering team and the Swedish engineering team working, like in shifts. So the Swiss guys wake up, they clock in for their shift, they work their shift, and then when they clock out, the Americans are waking up and they start their shift. So it's like 24/7 of engineering, just 2 different continents working in cycles, and that's how they can innovate so fast, and that's really cool.
Wish I would have. The dude was there at SHOT Show. Like what's his name? Broger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was there. It would have been nice to meet someone like that.
I got to shake his hand. That was cool. He hates cameras though. He despises cameras. He will not get in front of a camera.
I saw a picture of him though.
Yeah, he probably had to be forced into it. He doesn't like being the center of attention, but it's so funny because it's the B&T booth and there's like 1,000 people there and they're all like fucking drooling over all the product, and the dude who owns the company is just standing there being like, "Hello, how are you?" And nobody seems to know that that's him, but I'm looking at him like, that's the fucking owner of the company just standing there, and people are like, "Can you move out of the way? I want to check this thing out."
Is that priceless though?
Yeah.
It's priceless how fucking primal it gets with people at SHOT Show, throwing people out of the way and fucking taking the patch monkeys and you know what I mean, and just demanding free shit and stuff like that. And like the SHOT Show people, how they're mean, like the SHOT Show cops. Although they were really nice to us this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The gunsmiths are very nice too.
What, for B&T?
No. The for SHOT Show, when one of our guns still had the firing pin in it, so we had to take it to the gunsmiths to get it filed down.
Oh yeah,
they were super cool.
Oh, that's not SHOT Show. That's a school.
Oh yeah, I guess they don't work for him, but
no, that's a school that they get paid.
They're very, very nice though. The one gun we had, it was a Kimber revolver, and it still had the firing pin in it, and we took it down and we're like, was it shaved or was it not shaved far down enough? And he's like, no, it's completely intact. And I look at Josh and I go, Josh, who was supposed to shave this one down? And he goes, Yanni. And I go, oh. And the guy sits and he just disassembles the Kimber for like 15 minutes straight. There's so many tiny, it's like a watch inside of it. And 15 minutes later, the guy takes the firing pin out and then he hands it back to us and he puts the whole gun back together. And I'm like, I just watched it. There's no fucking way Yanni even attempted that. There's no fucking way.
That's so sad. I wish we were. God, if I was there, I would have offered him a job. Said, please. I wish we had, but I bet Vince is pretty good like that. And so is Big Al. Big Al and Vince. I love Big Al. So Luke, I want you to talk about your gripe that you mentioned to me about having to show guns.
I've got that one. I've got another one too. I think.
Oh my God. All right, Luke. It's your time.
As someone who works in the compliance department, I help out in the front of the shop and I do sales from time to time. And the biggest thing is people think that the rules don't apply to them. Just let this slide. It's like, no, this is
What do you mean?
Like on forms.
On forms?
On different things. Like a guy this week, someone brought in a gun for Nate to work on, and he was out here and Nate was working on it. He's like, I'm going to leave. I'm like, well, if you leave, I got to check your gun in. Like, it's, the rules. He's like, no, it's fine. It's me. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, or just people with forms, like their address don't match. And they're like, oh, I'll just do another form with the different address. And I'm like, no, like, it's just, I don't know. People think that just because they think they're good people, they can,
they can shit on your dreams.
They can, I don't know, they can take shortcuts and get around. Like it's very important stuff for our business
for
and
compliance.
Yeah, and just because even if you're a great customer and you're a great person, like we can't bend the rules for anybody. So that's just
It's amazing how many people ask you to break the law per week, right?
Yeah.
Like how many people ask you to break the law and commit felonies?
Yeah.
Right.
And you're just like, no, I can't do that. And
I've got a medical marijuana card, but my wife has a concealed carry permit. She can buy this gun for me, can't she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or, losing a sale over a straw sale. It sucks, but it's the right thing to do. And,
it sucks.
It does suck.
It sucks being the fun police.
Yeah.
Like Dean.
Hell yeah.
Dean, you're the fun police. You don't want to talk about politics. Like you were no fun. And then you don't want to like.
The big one. Say the big one.
What?
The computer. Come on. Let's
Do you ever email people back?
Always.
Are you sure?
I am absolutely sure because I get a
Do you have
lot
any
of
emails?
emails.
Do you have any emails I've gotten where I've emailed him 50 times?
I think, honestly, I think that one, all jokes aside, they're sending it somewhere else. Or they're forgetting the second T. Because, someone else, you'll come to me and I'm like, all right, what's his name? I'll put it in. And then nothing pops up. Because it didn't come. Or maybe, the second T where coast and tactical, I'm thinking some people will leave a T out or something like that. Because I did notice that before talking to people on the phone. But yes, I answer all my emails. I might be fun police, but the fucking emails, I'm there.
Right, you're definitely the fun police when it comes to the building.
Over there?
Yeah.
You don't want shit to get sloppy. That's all it is.
I just think, I don't think it's that. I think you're, what's that word? I think you're obsessive compulsive about things. And I think that when people fuck with shit and that you kind of take an ownership of, that you really get angry.
Yeah,
when the homeless guy took a shit on our property.
Oh, come on now! Everyone would have got mad over that one.
No one got mad. Nobody tried to beat up the homeless guy, Dean.
Well, because I seen him and he disrespected me, and that's not cool. That's all that was.
Even I, with a fiery temper at the time, 10 times fire than I am right now. I didn't. If some guy if I saw some guy running away in the parking lot with shit running down his legs, I would do nothing but laugh. And your first reaction was, I'm going to kick his ass.
Well, no, because he told me, what the fuck did he say? See, I'm getting all fired up now. Let me calm down.
No, yeah,
something about helping him wipe or something like that came out of his mouth. And
yeah, he was
I don't want to hear that.
You want to help me wipe? and you're like, I'm going to whip this old man's ass.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
And you're gonna jujitsu move him and fucking slam him on the fucking concrete.
But he ran away.
I would just fucking die laughing. I would probably have a heart attack seeing a homeless person shitting himself.
I didn't think he was going to run at first.
I would have chased him saying, wait, I want to tell you about Jesus. Come on. Just have him shit himself. That was so funny. Why didn't you pull your phone out and film it?
Oh, because I was mad in the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was.
Dude, you got you are the fun police.
Only sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Only sometimes.
You're the fun police, most definitely.
No, it happens. Someone's got to calm everyone down sometimes here and there.
Omar, what's the coolest can you've shot in the videos that you've made? Which is the can that you most that you thought, man, this is fucking cool?
Just on videos I've made?
In the videos you've made, that you've been so now that we're not like this is actually the podcast and you're not shooting a video doing an informative video or helping us try to market our material, but something like you shot it, you're like, man, that's fucking cool. I want this.
The Flow 9K Ti is the most recent one in memory. As soon as I shot that, I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this. I'm just waiting for Hux to get it in their dealer program, and I'll be buying it as soon as that's available. I was very excited about that can. Favorite can of all time though is a Q Thunder Chicken, baby. That's the coolest can of all time, but I haven't done a video on that one.
I'm getting 2 free guns from them.
From Q?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Because we had a trip to Dover. We could have went up there and built guns, and you get 2 free ones for the 2 people that come, and we can't get away. So they're like, hey, do you just want? And I'm like, yeah, I want the fucking SD. I want an SD, and I'm going to paint that motherfucker, and I'm going to shoot it all the time. I know that Q gets just a ton of shit, Like they get a ton of shit. And like, goddamn, like the amount of shit that people get in the gun industry, and Q gets it, we get it, but I can't say enough like how good that honey badger is. Like I shot the honey badger the other day with the JK armament can. I know that's sacrilege, but I did to test it out, and then I put my can back on it and shot it. But even with the JK armament can, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is such a good rifle. I mean, it's so smooth. It's so smooth. It's so accurate. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. It is like I would rather shoot that gun all the time than my 5.56, but it's way expensive. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I like you a lot. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, but you shoot I never see you shooting it though. Like you're always shooting your 5.56.
Yeah, I'm not buying fucking 300 Blackout.
Why don't you fucking talk to Pistol Pete and say, hey, why don't you sponsor me and send me Blackout?
Maybe, but honey badger is it's one of my favorite guns to pull out when I'm bringing other people out to shoot, because just handing it to them and seeing them light up, even if they.
How does it shoot so smooth though? What do you know why? Like how is it that fucking buffer system or the bolt carrier? How is it so smooth and accurate?
Accuracy is based on the tapers on the barrel and just the overall build quality. It's a very solid rifle, and then the tapers on the barrel make it so that it aligns perfectly. Your can aligns in the exact same spot every single time, so you won't get any sort of shift between taking your can on and off. And then because the barrel itself is tapered too, the muzzle device is always on the barrel.
Yeah, I don't have a clue what you just fucking said, but that's okay.
Yeah, engineering, magic.
I don't have a clue.
Engineering and magic. The great cans, great guns.
You don't think it's a suppressor that makes it shoot smooth?
No, I mean that definitely has something to do with
That's what would be my guess. Video suppressor.
The suppressor's great, but the gun itself, the reason they're so accurate is because of the tapers on the barrel and the tapers on the muzzle device.
And Dean and did you guys play with this thing?
What is that?
A little bit.
The Infotac. So before we go, two things. Number one, we should have talked about this. This is the Infotac. This is the holographic. It's not holographic. It's the help me.
Thermal.
It's the thermal red dot has the Trichicon footprint, and it's simple and easy to use, and it's not expensive. I think it's like $6.99 or something, ridiculously cheap. It works. Omar and I found it at SHOT Show, and we got 20 of them in. So these are here, and it's really fucking cool. And you can really get a offset mount and put this on it with your regular AR, or you can piggyback it, whatever. But Omar thinks we should put the offset. But these are fucking super cool. And these are here.
Yeah, I think as an offset, that thing is going to be the coolest.
Yeah. And then in addition, I thought that Omni energy drinks got mad at us and they weren't giving us any more free energy drinks. And obviously by the 4 that I've had during the podcast. Now you want to see?
Keep going.
By the 4 that we've had during the podcast, Omni Energy Drinks supplies us and our shop with free energy drinks, and as kind of like a sponsorship, if you will. And I'm going to say they're really cool people. And if you ever get the chance, they're available on Amazon and then select stores. They're really good, and we're going to call it. So thank you very much for watching our podcast. This is episode 33. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, Twitter. Check out our store, smash the like button, hit the bell for notifications, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate you watching. You have a good night.
Peace.